Hello, how are you all doing? Welcome to another gameplay video here on the channel. We're playing Boros Invoke Justice, which is pretty much a mono-white Invoke Justice deck. Splashing for, surprise, Fable of the Mirror Breaker, and one Angelfire Ignition. Yes, so lately, I gotta say, I've been sort of running out of strong competitive decks to cover. You know, I'm not necessarily the channel that's gonna come to you with the, werewolf human / Naya deck and battle it out in tier 4. You know, I want to bring you the best decks. So it's been a little bit more difficult to find good decks, but here we definitely have one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Just chime that in right now. Why not? And a question to you guys: what do you feel about doing more updated decks? I just did the updated deck guide, updated Junt version that I liked a lot more in this current meta game. What do you feel about Grixis? I have an updated version. I did a Grixis video, I don't know, more than a month ago. I could ship that one over. And I'm also excited for the World Championship because we're gonna get some spicy new deck list, hopefully. Well, I already know one decklist that my teammate is playing, so I'm definitely going to showcase that to you as soon as the decklist will be revealed. That's going to be sweet. And yeah, otherwise I will have more content. But until then, we'll just play this Invoke Justice deck. But I don't want to play... It sounds so bad. Like, yeah, I guess we have Invoke Justice at home, kid. We don't need this new big... spaceship from Lego. No, Invoke Justice is a deck that has been winning the latest standard challenge and made 3rd place in the second one after that, which was this weekend. So the deck is just crushing it right now. I've not really explored this version of the deck. I've explored the Naya one with Titan of Industry, where you have more reanimation targets. This one is interesting in the sense that it's sort of like a mid-range deck with that powerful Invoke Justice Sanctuary Warden draw. But if you don't have Sanctuary Warden, you can just play Invoke Justice, put counters on some of your creatures, and I don't know, return like a Restoration, and that's already pretty decent. I mean, it's a decent alternative plan, let's say. So yeah, the deck list, I took it from the standard challenge. I made some changes. I've cut some cards. I changed the mana base a little bit. You know, the extra spice that you get when you watch an Arne Huschenbeth video. Just not the regular. I don't like to just copy paste decks. I understand that's also maybe not great because then you might miss out on an interaction or something that you haven't seen. But I like to tweak it a little bit at least. You know. Okay. So adding like a 4th Wandering Emperor, because it wasn't a sideboard before. I mean, Wandering Emperor is a pretty bonkers card. Why is it in a sideboard? It's probably going to get boarded in against most matchups, right? Okay, what is there to say about the deck? I mean, we got some interaction here. We got Raffine's Informant as a little conniver that puts Sanctuary Warden in the graveyard. That's a card I didn't have on my map when that wasn't in this deck like a month ago. Restoration of Eiganjo, of course, discards, so you can also put one of these Haymaker Dragon Sanctuary Warden into the play. Fable, obviously ridiculous in this deck. It's maybe the best enabler for Invoke Justice. And then, yeah, Angelfire Ignition, which is Trample, Lifelink, Indestructible, and Haste. You have various discard outlets, throw it in there, and then get it flashed back later to attack. Especially nice against Wandering Emperor. Wandering Emperor is one of the ways to deal with the Sanctuary Warden. And Angelfire Ignition goes around Wandering Emperor, so it's pretty sweet. Yeah, what else? I mean, we play Bankbuster because why not? We play Serra Paragon because just having one copy. I mean, I took the list and it just... I guess it makes sense having one copy of this because it can be really powerful if it just sticks. It's also a decent thing to reanimate. And then 2 Owl for Sanctuary Warden. I'm not playing the full 4 Owl. I respect that too because at some point you gotta consider curve. One issue with like the Naya reanimator version was that yikes, it had a pretty clunky curve. Like if you put 4/7 drops into your deck, if you don't draw your enablers, then you might just get screwed one game, right? You draw a bunch of expensive cards and you can't do much. So yeah, Spirit Companion is an early jump block, a copy target return thing. Put our counters on it. Just felt like a fine one. I cut the Kafar Commando. That was a card in the deck. In the original version, I think Kafar Commando is decent. Destroys like Wedding Announcement, but it's a bit of a removal target early on for something like Cut Down. It's not a 2-for-1. It doesn't really play into my own game plan of hitting land drops and just doing powerful things. Spirit Companion, Raffine's Informant both draw me cards, get my own game plan going. Restoration, Fable do that too. The Kafar Commando is just like a good creature, you know, a good 2-drop. But I'm not really looking for that in this archetype, I think. Sideboard, we got Destroy Evil 2, 3, and 4. We got Lion Sash exiling for the graveyard. We got 4 copies of Wedding Announcement. Yeah, that was the original list. Wedding Announcement, one of the best cards in Standard. Here in the sideboard, because I guess you focus fully on this reanimation package, and Restoration and Fable are just better. You know, a little doubtful about that, I gotta say. Maybe you just want to put the Wedding Announcement into the deck, into the main deck. But I guess it's difficult to make space. It's a bit of a slow card to get going. The deck is already pretty slow with the sagas. I mean, Restoration of Eiganjo is a pretty slow card. So I guess you just board it in for the grindy matchups, and in the main you just have it more streamlined. You don't want to be too slow. That's why it's not in the main. We got Vanquish the Horde. It's nice to have a sweeper, you know, if you're playing against mono black or it's just random creature deck. It's nice to have a sweeper to just blow everything up. I'm gonna try Vanquish the Horde. You're putting permanents in play yourself, so something like Depopulate is always gonna be 4 mana, but also has the downside. This is not always going to be 4 mana, but against the right deck, I hope it will be 4 mana. At least that's the plan. Banishing Slash, I mean, this deck has artifacts and enchantments, so it can do both modes, so that's pretty cool. Making a 2-2 and destroying something. I kind of like it more than Kafar Commando, in a way. It's a bit more reactive, yes, but it also is more powerful. Free Reckoner Bankbuster. I mean, it's the best card against counterspells. It's the best card against any type of interaction, really. You just bring it in against someone where you're scared of various points of interaction, and you just draw a bunch of cards while they keep up interaction or try to grind you out with duresses or what have you. And then 1 copy of Farewell found itself in this list. Farewell not necessarily what this deck wants, but it's so powerful that I could see it, for example, in the mirror match. Like in a mirror match, you let your opponent explode to the board. They're like, it doesn't matter. Nothing can ever happen to me. And then boom, you farewell. And then you put yourself onto the board. Something like that. For example, Golgari Food was known for having Culling Ritual in the sideboard, which blew up everything in their own deck, besides Lurrus in the historic. But Culling Ritual was also the best card in the mirror, nonetheless, because it blew up everything on their side, and then you rebuild your own board. And the same is with Fable. I mean, against Naya Enchantments, a deck I covered lately too, a really strong deck that explodes onto the board, you might just need a Farewell when you're on the draw, when your own game plan is just not enough. Yeah. Alright, that was a pretty long intro. I played it in front of the Drain draft last night. It's available on Arena right now. I don't know if you guys are interested in that, probably not. I mean, some of you might, but not many. Thanks for the feedback on the clickbaity stuff with how what I should put in my title. If I should put my mythic rank in my title. I mean, yeah, ultimately I don't want to be that sort of braggy type of person, but it's just a matter of a fact that if you want to be competitive or if you want to reach new subscribers, new followers, you gotta be a little clickbaity, right? And I mean, that is what I have to advertise. I'm a professional player, so you get high mythic rank, you get high mythic gameplay, and I think it's good to advertise that. I didn't change the planes. We're done. We're good. We're not good, actually. We're the opposite of good. We're playing planes right now that look horrendous. Very unprofessional of me. Playing against Biri Chop. Very interesting name. Okay, so I guess I'll just play Plains. But maybe I should play Jetmir Garden. It's like if I draw another land here, I might want to cycle the Jetmir's Garden, but I have double 6-drop in hand, so kind of not. Tenacious Underdog. You know, it's weird, but I think it's still correct to do this. Just, oh well. Drawing Wandering Emperor changes my mind on that, I guess. Okay, maybe I should have waited. Well, it's gonna be okay. Like, ultimately, it just matters that we have time. That's really all that matters. Here I'm gonna make a Samurai. I'm happy if they use some mana for like a cut down on a Samurai.
I'm not overconfident. You're just underwhelmed. Guards, to me.
Yeah, sure. Don't mind that. Oh, okay. I mean, this it's like a 2-for-1. I think that's fine. I guess that's a nice draw. I guess if I would have exiled this, well, then they would have had a cut down still left in their hand, right? They would have just Voltage Search my Wandering Emperor. So it would be a 2-for-1 also. But I guess instead of a Blood Tithe Harvester in play, they would have a cut down in hand. Which then, yeah, would have been better for me, I guess. Okay. Oh, they're not attacking anymore.
May your blade strike true.
Okay.
Keep watch for intruders.
Well, if I draw any land, I'm gonna drop Sanctuary Warden.
I'll be back.
I'm trying to hit a land drop here. Alright. Graveyard Trespasser to the bin. We found another Wandering Emperor. We can return the Wandering Emperor. Make a 6/6/2/2 here. I can also discard a Sanctuary Warden during combat. Return that. Seems pretty good. Wandering Emperor is so good against like these decks. These Jund, Rakdos, mono black type of decks. Well, actually,
I'm home.
to play around a second Graveyard Trespasser, I'm actually going to take the damage here. It's like if I would kill this right now, they could just play another Trespasser and exile my Sanctuary Warden. I wouldn't want that.
My judgment is final.
Me, please. Put 4 counters on this. And I remove 1. And then I'll put a counter 2/2. Attack for 5. I guess now they can double block. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this deck seems really good against any Junt, mono black Rakdos type of deck. Anybody who doesn't have Make Disappear, it's gonna be in trouble against the Sanctuary Warden. Sure, they might have Graveyard Trespass, Unlicensed Hearse against Invoke Justice, but not against. They're not gonna have good stuff against the Wardens. Like, you can just hardcast Warden on 6 and win the game with that. It's just so damn good against these decks. Maybe a Braid is a decent one, the more I think about it, for the sideboard. A couple of Braids. His Banishing Slash is sort of the Braid of this deck, I guess. Yeah, it's pretty similar to a Braid, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. I might want to have Vanquish. Just I'm on the draw, opponent's gonna curve out. They have multiple 2-drops, Harvester, and an Underdog. I mean, this could just be Rakdos, honestly, with Ziatora's Proving Ground as the just as a red-black duel. Okie dokie. Just trying to think what I want, what I don't want. The Paragon. Maybe cut and Invoke Justice. I think the graveyard is going to be under attack. I could just become a mid-range deck. Just put like Wedding Announcements, Banishing Slash, and Bankbusters into my deck. This is reasonable, maybe. I mean, Bankbuster is pretty good against Rakdos. But on the draw, my late game's already so strong. Maybe I don't want the Farewell. Play Banky Boy. March of Otherworldly Light could also be interesting. This deck is going to be even better when you have access to Battlefield Forge, which is likely it's already confirmed. I think it's confirmed that we get the Pain Lands, the other 4 in the next set, Brothers War. We're gonna get Battlefield Forge. Okay. Get a Restoration going, I suppose. Stay back with the Raffine's Informant. Although, maybe I want to attack. Just give them the treasures, who cares? Because I need creatures in play to make my Vanquish good. I don't know. Maybe I should just stayed back. So end of turn I could put in Sokenzan tokens to make my Vanquish playable. That doesn't seem that good. If they play another creature, I have Vanquish available to me. Costing 5. Okay, nice. They didn't play that pre-combat, didn't want to crew the Bankbuster, which I would have punished with Destroy Evil, so... Good on the opponent for not doing that. Alright, cleanup time. And then we're gonna play Ow and have 2 Invoke Justice to return the Ow if it gets killed. Hopefully no soul transfer on the other side. I mean, not having Titan of Industry, which the Naya version of this deck has, means that your late game capabilities will be worse against these type of decks. Like, my opponent can just outgrind me with Invoke Despair's Bankbuster and Graveyard Trespasser. Especially if they also have... sorry, a Soul Transfer. The Soul Transfer is an important piece. But if they have a couple of those, they can even grind through a Sanctuary Warden, right? Or like just one, and I draw one Sanctuary Warden, just boom. You got it. Opponent seems to be tapping a little loose. Likely they don't need triple red, so they should tap the Sulfur Springs. For the Bankbuster, but the auto tapper, of course, yeah, doesn't allow that. You gotta be more careful. You gotta manually tap. Okay. Well, now my Invoke Justice looks pretty bad. It's aggressive. So the nice thing about Invoke Justice is that it doesn't fizzle when the target in the graveyard is removed. It has the target player still added. They surely included that, so it doesn't fizzle against like graveyard exiling. Yeah, which is cool. So I still get my counters. But you do need a permanent in the graveyard to be able to cast Invoke Justice. There's a little downside. You can't just cast it and make 4 1+1 counters. So my opponent there was perhaps supposed to just exile my graveyard in their turn. Then that would mean I couldn't cast Invoke Justice. Yeah. Okay. I'm certainly learning right now how to sideboard. There's a lot of wiggle room with this deck, I'd say, especially how you sideboard. I mean, I could have in that last match, could have just entirely cut all my graveyard shenanigans, and then like add these vetting announcements, for example, and go the grindy route. Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. But then you would maybe need to play Flame Blast Bolt or March of Otherworldly Light. Some fair cards that can excel things. Like Tenacious Underdog. Although you have Wandering Emperor for that one. What I'm curious to see is how this deck would fare against Esper. That was usually, and that was a reason why I dropped, or I got away from like mono white mid range, these big angel decks, as the Esper matchup just didn't feel very good. Nice. Are we playing against Esper? Oh, looks like it. Sweet. Wouldn't be crazy to keep up Destroy Evil there. It would be pretty nice against the Wedding Announcement to destroy that. But if they have Raffine, I just didn't use my turn. Okay. Well. Standard is harsh. You miss a land drop in these mid-range fights, you're likely gonna lose. Especially against Fable. The rest in the main. I'm gonna be curious how many duress in the main we're gonna see at the World Championship. The opponent doing some nice things here. I need more lands, huh? So I'm just gonna ditch these. Oh, that's pretty good.
Run away.
Theoretically, could have made a samurai there and just try to block. But no, I think this was fine, because if I pass the turn, they can counter my Emperor, which I don't want. And if I play my Emperor main phase, make a samurai, they can then cut down or Rona's Vortex the samurai, attack my Emperor. That wouldn't be so good. So what I did was just like the safe line.
I have got new moves to teach you.
Yeah, at this point, we're just too far ahead to ever lose this game, I think. They would need Rite of Oblivion, maybe. Kill my owl. Rite of Oblivion is a pretty good card against my deck. I will just make a samurai, I think. And I won't play my Sanctuary Warden until they make disappear. I'm already ahead on board. But if I do that right there, I might give them a chance to win this game. Okay. Seems weird to do that main phase. But okay. Like, I'm playing a Boros deck. I'm not gonna... Why do you do it main phase? Why not wait until my turn? So they stabilized on the ground here? Really? Ah, they want to kill the Emperor, I get it, yeah, makes sense.
I've learned much during my battles. We must protect the people.
No, nothing. Okay, put a counter.
Remember your training.
I guess I'll put shield counter away. Theoretically, I was supposed to discard the planes, I guess, into the restoration. If I know I already play Sanctuary Warden there, so if I do that, I have tapped planes, right? But with the Sanctuary Warden, I draw another card. If I would draw another land, I would have 8 lands in play right now. So I could have had 8 lands in play. Okay, opponent is a fighter, doesn't want to just give up here. Yeah.
We've got the edge in this fight.
Okay, Esper missing land drops. I mean, Destroy Evil is very good. Bankbuster is gonna be good against counter spells. I think I don't like the Fateful. I think I'm gonna cut the Spirited. I'm gonna add Bankbuster and Destroy Evil. Just gonna cut the Serra Paragon. Like a Banishing Slash, maybe. Vanquish the Horde is somewhat interesting, I guess. Wedding Announcement. Really weird. Like, Wedding is just a good card. But I guess on a draw, it's a bit slow. Just one removal. And Bankbuster. That's all I need. Maybe cut some of the clunkiness of Invoke. I don't know. Seems interesting. Really interesting. I'm gonna keep that. I got a Bankbuster. And I have, if I draw one land, I have Restoration to find me another land. Yeah. Now I think about it. The configuration I have is kind of bad against like Tenacious Underdog. That card. But on the other hand, I have Wandering Emperor. I have everything covered. I have Raffine and Wedding Announcement covered with Destroy Evils. And I have Wandering Emperor covered. I have the early aggression with Danik and Underdog covered with the Emperor. But I guess it would be nice to have something early. Like March of Otherworldly Light. Yeah. But that one can also be pretty bad. Okay, looks like we're playing as the budget Esper version. I want to play the Banky Boy here. Again, could keep up Destroy Evil for Wedding Announcement. Okay. Really budget Esper version. Made it to Mythic though. But honestly, if you're doing something like this, maybe just better to play mono black, you know. Then you wouldn't have to invest into the mana base, but at least you get a bunch of untapped lands. Like a stock mono black deck is going to be better than an Esper deck that plays a bunch of these tap lands. Just facts. I'm gonna pass, keep up Destroy Evil, and my Reckoner Bankbuster activation. Huh. Okay. Well, if they... Maybe a good name would be Bankbuster, but even then I could still activate the Bankbuster. Like if they crew the Bankbuster here, I'll just Destroy Evil. The Bankbuster. Tempting to just invoke Justice here, get this Emperor back, kill the underdog. It just seems like a pretty opportune time window to get under a counterspell.
Run away. You'll be safer.
If they remove my Architect, I can crew the Bankbuster and have a blocker. So they can activate their Bankbuster here and try to kill my Wandering Emperor. But I mean, I'm super happy if they throw the Bankbuster into the trash, essentially, for that. Banishing Slash, now we can Restoration and then Banishing Slash the Bankbuster. Make a 2/2, all the value. Okay, they're going for that, huh? Yeah, it's just throwing away resources. Because I drew Banishing Slash, I'm just gonna kill the 3/3 here. If I wouldn't have drawn that card, I would have blocked the Bankbuster. Excellent. Opponent's fighting the good fight. Okay, that resolved fairly quickly. I like that. Makes me think they don't have negate or anything like that. So I could play Fable, then I can crew my Bankbuster, or I could just Wandering Emperor. think I'll just Wandering Emperor because it's very likely that they return this underdog here. I want to exile that. Or I could Blast on my Samurai, block the airtie, that seems also pretty good.
And I will protect my people.
I think I'll just do this though. The airtie really doesn't matter. I can just give this 1+1. I have a 3/4, I have multiple Bankbuster. This game is so over. So I can also attack like this theoretically. Just turn the corner. I mean, opponent's draw. Again, lots of tap lands, gave me a bunch of time, no curve out. If Esper doesn't go like 2-drop into Wedding Announcement or Raffine, or at least Kaito, it just feels a lot more, yeah, beatable, right? But if it does, if it just goes on the play 2-drop into Raffine or something like that, and then follows it up with something else, and or has counterspells, it's just get overrun most of the time. Junt, okay. Just get the companion going. Fable, nice. So Junt has Unleash the Inferno, which of course is a pretty good card against my deck. At least against the enchantment plan of the deck. But Junt again doesn't have counterspells for Sanctuary Warden. I think I'm gonna block. Mm-hmm. Interesting. Do I just play another Fable? Do I play another Restoration? The 2/2 makes treasures, the Loam Speaker, If they have Titan of Industry, I'm gonna lose. Like, that card is maybe too much here. My opponent has a really good start. If they have that card, I'm gonna lose. Do I have the Wandering Emperor here? Do I just not care about the treasures? Guess I'll just ignore the treasure making. I hope they ban the card soon. It's it's just way too good. It doesn't belong in standard. I don't know why they didn't ban it last banning around. Like just banning Mito was like, what are you thinking, guys? Just get rid of Fable already. It's so boring. Every red deck plays 4. Cemetery Desecrator. That's really good with Kiki. A little bit of a rampy deck. I guess I just want to ramp. So just play this in a restoration. Yeah, kill my Kiki with the Desecrator. Could leave up Eiganjo technically. And try to kill the Desecrator when they attack me. Gonna get dealt a lot of damage. They might also have a reanimation effect, like Cruelty of Gigs. So that's a reason to not even Eiganjo it, to want to exile it, but I guess I think I have to Eiganjo here. I'm also taking too much damage. Like they're attacking me for 10. They're gonna copy the Desecrator. In this game, I don't know, like I need a sweeper honestly. Like my opponent's just doing way too powerful things. Yeah. Mono white mid-range would have free depopulate. But I don't have access to that. So the Desecrator has only one thing to exile. I guess that's what is good. Like block like this, they have more things to exile. They also didn't play into my Eiganjo, which sucks. Yeah, it looks like I'm gonna get smushed here. But again, just ban this card. I think it's enough, right? Like, you've watched me. I mean, I'm not the guy who screams bannings all the time, but this is just too powerful. Come on, it's just not fair. It's not standard material. It's too good for standard. I don't know if you have to ban, like, betting announcement and things like that. That's really cool. Now I get what's going on here. They want to make a Titan. I mean, it's really clunky, but it's a cool idea, huh? The Vivian of the Hunt. Go up the ladder, go up to Titan deck. It's really good against me, that's for sure. Alright, I think I can pretty much back this up. They kill my Kiki here. They have a Vivian in play. Yeah, forget about it. Okay, we got smushed. Yikes. Okay. Vivian. Yeah, I mean, a deck like this is sweet and all, but it's not it's again bad against counterspells. Just like my deck, I guess. But my deck is a bit more lean. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe just similar decks. Yeah, so now I'm on a play. So I have the advantage. Gosh, my opponent has more powerful things, huh? I definitely need to Invoke Justice Sanctuary Warden package because I'm not gonna I can't go for the mid-range plan against them. They have a very powerful deck. Maybe I need Farewell, but on the play, Farewell just seems awkward. These mana dorks, so they're gonna ramp out pretty quickly. I mean, they might just be faster than me. Vanquish is pretty good against the mana dorks. I don't know, I'm really not certain what to do here. Wandering Emperor is maybe just like this weird fair card that doesn't do a whole lot. Thinking I want Enchantment Destruction for like Cruelty of Gigs and Fable. I want perhaps Farewell. I don't know, this is weird. Okay, on the draw, I'm definitely gonna bring in Farewell, but on the play, it just seems off. Like, I hope to just have a proactive, you know, to drop my Fable on turn 3, get the job done with type of draw. Yeah, this looks good to me. Oops, sorry about the noise. But yeah, this is... Yeah, Fable's really good against this deck, which is a bit annoying. I don't have Make Disappear, I don't have Cut Down, I don't have Flame Blessed Bolt, I don't have Fading Hope. Like, no good interaction for the 2/2. I just have to block it, but I don't even have that many blockers. I have like Raffine's Informant and my own Fable. So yeah, this deck is pretty medium against Fable, and ultimately not a good thing, because Fable is in every deck. Having a little bit of a better game plan against Fable would be nice. Being on a play is one. That's good against Fable, but when you're on a draw, yeah, maybe like March. Portable Hole, Flame Blessed Bolt, March. Portable Hole doesn't exist. Portable Hole would be nice, but you know, like those type of effects. Twin Shot Sniper. That's really good against Fable on turn 3. I think I'm just gonna kill this speaker with my Wandering Emperor.
Run away. You'll be safer. You are not much of a roadblock.
Twin Shot Sniper. It's a cool card that doesn't see any play, unfortunately, but it's cool to see it here.
We've got the edge in this fight.
Whoa, Court Official. That's deep. I don't like that card. Nah. You have plenty 2-drops to sack into Vivian. You don't need a card like that, I think. No attacks. Interesting. My opponent could have attacked and then let me block and then blow up my blocker. Right? Like, that seems pretty good, actually, because you get the treasure out of the deal. And I can't really... Yeah, I don't like how my opponent did this, because, look, if they attack my Wandering Emperor with the 2/2 here, I crew the Bankbuster, they just blow up the Bankbuster, I lose Bankbuster and Wandering Emperor. That would be really bad. And I wouldn't even get to draw a card, because this still has Summoning Sickness. So I can't crew the Bankbuster, so I just block with the 3/3 on the 2/2. And then, after blocks, they just blow up the Reflection. They get a free Lotus Petal. They get a free treasure. So, yeah, opponent made a mistake there, I'd say. I think I'm just gonna remove a Wandering Emperor counter.
I'm not impressed.
I could attack the Bankbuster, but nah, I'm just gonna stay back. Block this 2-2. Okay. That card makes sense. That card makes a lot of sense.
Watch out. I never give up. We've got the edge in this fight.
Okay. Looking pretty good. I mean, if they drop a Titan on me, game of course will get longer. Vivian I can attack down, Sanctuary Warden. I guess my game plan here is to, against this opponent, is to just get a Sanctuary Warden down and win the game with it. Or an owl. That as soon as possible. Because I do think my opponent does have, you know, more power. It seems like they have more power than me. Look, now they're attacking into my creatures for a treasure. That treasure they could have had already. Anyways. Okay. All right. Twin shot sniper. Twin shot sniper. Loudland Liberator. Maybe Paragon ain't that bad. Things go a little grindy. Opponent didn't really show, like, opponent cannot have that much removal. They just can't. Like, the deck plays a bunch of these toolbox things. They play Ramp, they play Vivian, they play Fable. They don't have much spot removal, so Serra Paragon will probably just sit around and, you know, do things. Okay, looking for a nice Invoke Justice on turn 5 here. Oh. Okay. Just need a big haymaker now. Just discard Paragon. What Informant? You know, I can just hardcast Paragon. I just don't like. I would have discarded a Sanctuary Warden and an Owl, but I think Paragon is in the range of things. We're just hardcasted, but maybe that's just too fair. Maybe that's just too fair. I think it's alright. Nah, I think it's alright what I did. I can still discard it theoretically into the Paragon now. Oh, they're twin-shotting, but they're not playing the twin-shot? Holy cow, what the heck? Wow. I guess. Wild. Could theoretically exile this Outland Liberator. Not a crazy idea to me. This game's gonna go a little longer.
I'm home. This is what you get for hurting my people.
If they have Vivian here, yikes, like, whew, they didn't discard anything. Oh my god. Guess they have a Titan. No, they do have a Vivian. Mill 5. Okay, so they just hit one creature. Okay, I'll play the Paragon. Put a counter on it. Paragon's pretty good in his deck, I guess, because you have so many ways of discarding lands too, so you can play it and play land. That's nice value. Maybe you would want more Paragon. It's crazy how much value white as a color can generate. Yeah, it's just like mono white is has the most incredible late game in the format, I feel like. Paragon, Wandering Emperor, Restoration, Wedding Announcement, Bankbuster, Sanctuary Warden, Ow, Invoke Justice. Mono white has crazy late game. Okay, now they hit. They hit big time. They hit 3 creatures. My opponent's deck is sweet, not gonna lie. I need a farewell now, probably, to win this game. Cemetery Desecrator cannot kill the Paragon yet. That's good. But if they have an untapped land, they can play Cemetery Desecrator, exile the twin shot, and shoot 2 damage to the Paragon. And that would probably be lights out. Well, I guess I can Invoke Justice, get the Paragon back, and then copy the Paragon. Oh, they killed the Kiki. Okay. And then they twin shot my Wandering Emperor. Okay.
I'm never done for good. I think I'll just... I just Invoke Justice here. Kill the Vivian. I think I gotta do that. Well, then I get back what? Wandering Emperor. Make it 2/2. Maybe get back the Fable.
This city's meaner than I.
Fable is absurdly good in their deck with all the ETBs. Gosh, I need something like Farewell, I feel like. Yeah. Or multiple destroy evil. It's like this Shieldred is gonna do me no good. They're gonna hit me for 12 here, I go to 8. It's just too slow. They were one step ahead of me this entire match. I guess at least they didn't play Shieldred. Oh, they can remove the counters. That's neat. Yeah, I mean, the game plan is just survive until you find Meathook. That really is just until you find the one copy of Farewell. That's all I have. That's all I have. Yeah, I just have one copy. It's not gonna be enough. Alright, GG probably. The opponent's deck is impressive. I've never seen this deck. It's cool. It's powerful. Again, another deck that's pretty bad against Make Disappear. But at least it has a lot of RAM, so I don't know, maybe it's playable. It's really cool. Has anyone the complete deck list? Let me know in chat. I can, of course I can reconstruct this deck. But maybe some of you have the entire deck list. That would already be sweet. But again, this deck is so much worse without Fable of the Mirrorbreaker. It's another deck that just like my deck too. With Fable, it is a totally different experience, and it's just so lame, right? Fable is in all of these decks. It enables every deck. It's so important. I guess a deck like this maybe wouldn't exist without Fable. You could say that too, but it's just weird. Just get rid of the card already. But as long as it's legal, I'm gonna abuse it for sure. Alright, we got beaten by a really cool Junt deck, I must say. Down to rank 200. I haven't been that low in a while. That's unfortunate. That low, I mean, my standard is, yeah. Anyways, it's still a pretty good rank. And the funny thing is, I guess I'm always trying decks, and I'm still at a very high rank in Mythic, so I can't really complain. Yeah. So this deck is definitely good. There's a lot of wiggle room. It again was successful on this weekend in the Standard Challenge. Probably, you know, I think why this is maybe successful right now is, first of all, Junt is sort of making a comeback. These red-black decks making a comeback a little bit, that shell, and that's just still bad against this type of deck. And this version of Invoke Justice, I think, is one of the better versions, or if not the best, I don't want to say the best, I don't know, but a better version than the previous versions against Esper. Because it's more clean, it's leaner, it has Fable, which is like one of the best cards against Esper, it has cheap removal, if destroyed with Fateful Absence buys time, and because you're a little bit more cheaper, not as clunky, you can play around Make Disappear a bit better. So I think for those reasons, this deck is successful lately and a good choice in the metagame. And yeah, I don't know, you can certainly iterate more. I didn't bring in Wedding Announcement ever in any match. I kind of want to have a second Farewell. That would be good against that Junt deck we just played against. Piffing Needle could be nice.
to shut off unlicensed or planeswalkers. But yeah, I mean, it's overall pretty solid. Banishing Slash I definitely like. And again, on the draw against the Fable, it would be nice to have something there. Yeah, that does seem tough. Depopulate is pretty good on the draw against Fable. I guess Vanquish the Horde is what that's supposed to be. But you could also just put Depopulate into your main deck, I think. It's just a really nice sweeper. And that really has not changed, I would say. Alright, anyhow. This is Boros Invoke. Hope you liked this video. Leave a like and subscribe if you haven't yet. And yeah, I see you in the next one, guys. Peace. Bye-bye.